How it going Ornlu chat?
Good morning, everybody.
What is up? I have absolutely no idea what to expect with this series. I've maybe casted 3 or 4 games of Benanji. Do you think about Nia's cheating? I don't know. I would want pretty definitive proof if somebody was cheating. All right, we are in the lobby. Niaz is cheating now? That's what someone on the YouTube chat said. Those sorts of allegations are obviously very damning. So, although, you have to take such things seriously, innocent until proven guilty, right? But apparently the allegation is that he attacked right where his opponent was vulnerable after the drops, but, I mean, who knows? Alright, anything too crazy with the civs? We got some Maris to Mari here. Got Burmese as well. Saracen's actually not the most common pick. I don't know. I just logged on, man. I've been awake for less than an hour. Coffee is next to me, but has not been consumed yet. Again, I just read it on YouTube chat. Anyway, guys, salam. Malay first? What's wrong with the Malay ban? Yeah, again, I honestly have no idea what to expect of Benanji. I have not really seen many of his games at all. I don't have a good feel for his playstyle. I didn't watch any of his qualifier games. Call me clueless. And that would be fair. Obviously, I know Andy very well, but... Well, that's how they're quality players when they ban Arabia. Alright, guys, 42 seconds. Whoa, interesting matchup here. Oh, man, and Benanji's a gray picker. Oh, man. Look who just... The corgi has graced my room with his presence. When are you subscribed? I don't know, someone probably gifted it to you. 3 years ago, really? Just goes to show the rapid improvement. And I'm really curious here. Like, I mean, my basic understanding is, you know, oh my goodness, this is going to be a one-sided slaughter by Andy. He did. Welcome to my world. When you see Stone Pleasin' running in the world, it's like all these guys that got really good. All right, so very interesting matchup, guys. We'll have Benanji here in the gray as the Burmese to the northeast, and to the west in the orange as the Ketons. It will be freaking Andy. Indeed they have. Oh, shoot. I have, well, we'll survive with this. Remind me to change my tree mod. I was playing a couple games yesterday. We need to get back to 2K, man. Oh, it's just the modified pine trees with the shadows. It looks a little bit ugly. But I don't know why it's only on some of the trees and not all of them. No idea. Regardless, interesting dock spot here for Andy. I really like it. You should have easier access to all the fish. He's got 2 shorefish to take there with the villagers as well. Opening long swords? I try, though. I try. Alright, fishing ships are coming out at almost the exact same time for both players. Ketons we saw on this map from one of the other players in a really good game. I forget who was in it, though. Was that Doubt versus Classic Pro? Or no, I think it was someone else's set. Moral of the story, it was a very good game. But the Ketons players simply overboomed with the fishing ships and then couldn't quite make the right transitions and died to Portuguese. Burmese, though, like, in some ways, Burmese are similar to Portuguese, right? They do monks well, they have a good unique unit. They're comfortable playing both land and water early on. And hello, iChipmunk. There was a good chance it would work. There you go. So, resources collected are pretty even for the time being. And again, I'm just really curious to see how this one plays out. After giving Shikso in the first qualifier? Well, such is life. You gotta communicate, man. You hate this map so much? I mean, this map is very similar to Nomad. It's just the resource distribution is a little bit off. Or, I guess, different than regular Nomad, and then it's shallows terrain instead of full water terrain. So, I'm not sure, to be honest. It's not that, like, there's anything wrong with Ketons, and the Hulk bonus is, of course, very helpful. So if the thought process is, it's simply not enough space to go galleys, so we're going to go Hulks because Hulks beat fire ships, and more Hulks beats fewer Hulks, and better quality Hulks beats lower quality Hulks. I mean, that makes sense, but again, I'd want to see more games here. But, like, we don't see that on regular Nomad, for instance. We don't see Ketons picked there, but we do see them picked here. And again, it's not like double forging Hulks are bad. But we will see. We will see. Hello, Fodler. Other side. Yeah, but even if it's the version of Nomad that has water all the way around, I don't think it would be that much of a difference. The Oyster option? Maybe. Even with double forging hulks do more than 1 damage? Yes, they do. So, hulks have 4 attack and 4 melee armor, so you need a +2 attack to deal 2 damage, as opposed to 1 damage. Yeah. I mean, oysters are definitely very helpful for your early game builds. Anyway, Andy's on his way up. Looks like Benanji is almost up at the exact same time. Andy with a little bit of vital time. Resources collected are very even. Villager count is dead even. It's all very even. I don't know if you know this, Rob C, but research in loom makes your villagers harder to kill. I don't think it's going to matter at all here in Benanji.
No!
Use me. Yep, no reason to get loom. Unless you're worried about the villagers dying to, like, fast hulks or something, because villagers die so fast to them. Meanwhile, Andy here with the barracks coming in. Obviously, very different approaches already. Nanji wants to get to those Arambai. And Arambai should, in general, be pretty good for Ketons. Ketons like doing a lot of melee units. Throwing each other off, yeah. I try to keep the scoreboard alignment, though, to where the initial TCs are. Yes, it was. It was the Ornlu color off. My next set, though, is against Improvise. It's like, oh, geez. I go from a 1400 player to a 2K2 player. All right, Stable coming in. Hulk is on the way. Loom is going to be coming in after here for freaking Andy. I'm curious, though, for Benanji, guys. I like the market and the blacksmith placement. I've been around for a good long time. I know Improvise. Great DM player. Plays a lot of RM team games as well. Is 1900 plus. I mean, yeah, but, you know, get me one of those more even opponents, man. All right, so Andy could certainly go for some steppies, but steppies not going to be very good against Arambai. Dark Age Vil fight? Uh-huh. Well, the Hulks are here. Jawalloping Chris? Who's Jawalloping Chris? $300 elo? Yeah, that's tough. $2K1? Fodler's definitely not $2K1. Tournament scene, I guess. Alrighty, guys. 16 to 17 fishing ships. You got fishing lines in here for orange. It is in for gray. Right now, it's all hulks. Question is it simply not viable to go for galleys here? Like, you can still run away or sail away. Outsider? I mean, I'm busy casting most of the time. Hey. All right. Lodge des Chateaux. Oh my goodness, holy cow. I was looking at the castle. Okay, why is he putting the count the castle, guys? Specialist Cup 2? Oh, yeah. Zardis' thing. So much AoE 2 stuff, so little time. Alright, castle is in, guys. Alrighty. I mean, he gets it. I would be very nervous if he went for this. He saw the spearman. You have to expect there was an archery range or a stable, but Andy was simply investing everything into the hulks. Yeah, Benanji's a new player. Well, not like a literal new player, but an up-and-coming player. Iron Casting coming in here as well. A Fire Lancer is on the way, but the Arambai are not going to be something that is easily dealt with. Alright, Arambai are out. Iron Casting will be in. And here's the thing, is that Andy already has a huge lead in the Fishing Ships Guild. Second TC is going to be in over there. There is no villager on gold right now here for Gray. That is rough. Andy's going to add another TC. I mean, second castle will be in before too long. Where'd the Arambai go? Okay. They are running over here to the north. But yeah, these Hulks are in. They get their +4 attack. They are obviously very, very, very good. Third TC coming in. Okay, so Gray's going to try and play this macro style. But the Arambai aren't doing a whole lot. I mean, I guess they can snipe Hulks pretty well. Maybe he'll pierce damage. Overall, KD is still in favor of orange, though. We have 15 Vil lead, and that is all fishing ships. Well, almost all fishing ships. Andy's eco balance obviously not very stellar. No gold at all. I mean, he should have some oysters somewhere that he can take, but it's not going to be great. Andy with more fishing ships coming on in. And with iron casting in, the Hulks will at least be... Well, Keton iron casting. Hulks will at least be pretty good at taking down the buildings there. And now Gray is off of stone completely. More fishing ships are going to die, and it feels like if you're using the Arambai to try and fight Hulks, it's really not the best use of them. And I feel like Benanji is just going to get absolutely swamped by Andy here. I mean, cool play, but, like, it seems like this is a map that you could just get so many fishing ships out so fast. Fourth TC... Yeah, but you have 3 Vils on food. Oh, dear. Yeah, these Arambai are simply not doing enough. Andy's got gold access. He's going to have a defensive rocket cart here as well. Dropping cat. Yeah, I feel like he really needed to recognize that Andy is winning water, so his eco is going to be light years ahead of yours. I'm like, why is this a thing? Well, okay. Interesting. Fishing ships are still fairly fast, though. They're only a little bit slower than Arambai. Or TC fast imp. That's not a thing. That's like an oxymoron. I mean, there's some value there, but again, it's just the numbers, Mason. No pastures at all here for freaking Andy. We're on 15 Arambai, though, and this terrestrial army for Andy is thoroughly unimpressive. Decent attack round, but obviously Arambai are still very powerful units. That's the opposite of an oxymoron. That's just a necessity. Alright, archery range is coming in. Gonna try and go for some skirmy bros. It's disgusting? Oh, absolutely. So yeah, now it's gonna be down to Andy to get cav archers. Okay, I was thinking skirmishers because his food income is the one that's very good. But, I mean, if he can get to cav archers, it'll certainly work fine. I mean, so many Arambai queued up. You're not too far away from castle number 2. But even in regular villagers, Orange is ahead of Gray. I mean, look at the difference in idle TC time. Ballistics coming in for the CA. That's obviously huge. Yeah, that does feel like your best bet. What do we think of this castle, chat? I feel like this castle doesn't do enough. Andy still gets access to all the resources he needs. It would look weird, but I think you drop the castle right here to try and deny the gold. University coming in. Remember, ballistics does affect Arambai. I mean, the score is extremely weird to try and consider because the population looks insane for Andy. Like, if you just looked at the bar here, you'd think that, oh my god, this game is so over. But... oh, good rocket card hit. Well done by Andy. Oh my goodness, beautiful micro from Andy. Ring coming in. And neither player's getting imp anytime soon. And remember that the fishing ships aren't super good for Andy. Like, you're taking a lot of shorefish. And yes, the castle obviously does range the TC at the very least. And we are now on double castle Arambai. I think when anybody who plays AoE 2 in 2020 sees 2 castles making Arambai, they get some Vietnam War level flashbacks. I would be extremely careful if I were you, Benanji. Ballistics is coming in. Those CA numbers are climbing. Yeah, that was exactly it, Bloodless. Oh, nice dodging there. No husbandry in for either player, but Cav Archers are naturally faster than Arambai. Oh my god, this is such tough micro here for Benanji to try and pull off. He's trying, though. I'm still not too sold for this. I mean, some of the CA are dying. I mean, he is absolutely giving it the old college try. But yeah, all the Arambai are gonna die. And of course, the Fire Lancers deal a ton of damage once they get in range. And everybody dies. HCA coming in. Those dudes are going to get cleaned up. And again, a valiant effort, but I don't see it here at all here for Benanji. Several vills are going to die here. That TC is huge because it secures gold and stone. Stable upgrades? Yeah, that would have been a huge help. And HCA is in. I don't know about that here, Andy. Does he have Town Watch? He does not. Town Watch, very good upgrade to have on Nomad-style maps. He has so many vills on stone. But more HCA are on the way, and again, it's that gold and now stone income that's been secured by Andy. Oh, he's also all the way over here. Really nicely done there. But yeah, even with 3 castles, it's going to be easier to produce the Cav Archers, and now it's the food income is huge for Andy. Which, again, is just crazy to me. He's got 33 freaking fishing ships, man. Anyway, there you go. Imp's gonna be on the way, and that should be GG. Now, it is true that you don't have bombard cannons as Ketons, so you kind of do need castles to take down buildings. Well, to take down other castles, rather. You have strong infantry and cavalry destroy buildings, but you know what I mean. Ram is being downloaded over here. A little bit of a Pausarino. Again, imagine if you had Town Watch and some outposts here, like we see a lot of high-level players do these days. Game speed? Oh, yeah, sure. Anyway, let's see what the issue is. Looks like Andy needed a moment. Yes, that is correct. They also don't even outrange castles. They're very good anti-siege units, and they're pretty decent anti-personnel units, but they're just not anti-building units. I mean, yep, that's my thought as well, Fodler. But he doesn't even know about this TC over here. He doesn't know about this TC over here. This is actually the MTC, another TC coming in by Andy. Still way more CA that are about to be fully upgraded for Ketons. Oh my goodness, hello. Can you make this work? If you had the stable upgrades, maybe. But you don't. Actually, Arambai are very good. Yeah, they're heavy cav archers. Alright, you have to abandon that castle location. Andy will build another one, and he should still be fine, but well done. Ballistics is actually huge for the Arambai. It sounds really weird because the unit is so inaccurate, but it is a huge help just having more of those darts travel in the correct direction. Arambai are awesome, man. Really, really well-designed unit. It took a long time, but the Arambai are now a really well-designed unit. Anyway, the Trebuchet is on the Trebu way. Now remember, Arambai do have a little bit of anti-ram damage, but it's not very good. They're still very poor units against Trebuchets. I mean, it's going to be more than 3 minutes to Imperial Age for Benanji, and Andy is just on so many town centers. Card towers have none. But yeah, there should be a fairly unassailable blob of Cav Archers and Trebs very soon. Nah, man, I was told Liao Dao are super overpowered. Oh no, guys. Oh no. Oh no. Pokeballs? Exactly. They're throwing Pokeballs. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Party gold? Exactly. Attacking, it's pretty crazy, but still, Liao Dao die really hard to archers. Yeah, I mean, interesting game here from Benanji for sure, but the fish boom is unmatched. Just simply not a competitive economy. Benanji added way too many TCs to get so little out of them, and Andy has just been so far ahead in resources this entire game. And too many Arambai have died as well. How many Trebs were on? 3 Trebs and counting. Swim on the water? Oh no. Tragedy. Both fish checks? Yeah, I don't know. Something's up with fishing ships, though. It feels like this unit is one of the most decisive in all of AoE 2. A little late for this to do anything. You got the Ram plus Ram buy combo. More than scrims? Yeah, I mean, on the maps that we see fishing ships, I would say they're even more decisive. I mean, both these units kill each other very fast, so that means if you're not paying attention... Your woods are birds? Oh my goodness. We're at 6 trebs and counting at this point. Guard tower here for Andy. Other main, I have no idea. Wait, I was... Yep. One singular Liao Dao. Boundary? No, I don't. Or I can't. I guess this might be my 3rd or 4th game I have ever casted of him. I mean, it's been a fun one, for sure, but... I mean, it's just the raw macro, the understanding of win conditions has been much better here for freaking Andy. Which goes to show Benanji's inexperience at the high level. Hooker. You're gonna be out of castles here in just a minute, actually. This is the only castle you're gonna have left. Oh, wow. Liao to the Diao. Arrogant T-Rex destroys your entire base. But wasn't the T-Rex from the Cretaceous period and not the Jurassic period? Anyway, there is the GG called, and Andy will indeed take game number 1.
Makes it through, be the first player in an S tier who doesn't
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's not like it was a non-competitive game. Benanji had his opportunities to win, but I think that he just couldn't correctly identify the situation. Rancors? Is that in Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds? As Burmese losing to Keaton. So it was the last pick versus the second pick, but it's a best of 5. You need to win every single game you can. It looks like we'll be going to Tefiti next. Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds DE, yeah. Take it up with Disney. Ketons and drafts? I mean, that game wasn't necessarily won because of Ketons. It was won because Andy played better. Focus much more on land? Yeah, I mean, it's like... But if you're ready other solid stuff for that map, I don't think it would have been a big deal. Kill the campaign? Yeah, of course. Immersion? Immersion was so unacceptable that they had to remove the PNG file. All right, guys, here we are on about Tefiti. We'll have Benanji in the gray as the Vikings to the northwest, and to the southeast in the orange as the Hangugin. It will be Andy, definitely two of the very best civs for this map. So let's see what the plan is. Benanji did famously play a very, very long game against Stoneplease on this map. See, well, I have no idea what the white lines are. But no, it's just shallows. Yeah, I am quite curious, guys. It's Coke? Ah, yes, of course. It is indeed an AOC match. Used to look white? Yes, they did. It was very strange looking. So, we got a dock coming in. Got a dock coming in. And both of these civs are super good. Yeah, bridges are still white, though. Aren't they? No, bridges are... Well, bridges are white blocks if they belong to Gaia. Yeah. Well, it was just an Age of Kings. Then they made them a lighter, lighter color of water in AOC. Uh, 10 seconds idle time already for Benanji. Definitely not ideal. So, Andy already had a slight advantage. I mean, who are we to say between, on this watery map, who's better between Koreans and Vikings? I mean, you could argue that, relatively speaking, it's a little bit better for Koreans because there's a lot of good surface area to tower. That was really well done by Andy, getting the punch off with his scout closing in. Turtles also are very good. The mighty Kobukson. Gonna dip over there. Do you think he'll build a watchtower on this hill once he advances to the feudal age? I mean, on the one hand, you could say that elite turtle ships are overpowered because they beat literally everything cost efficiently. On the other hand, I don't think I have ever seen an elite turtle ship made post-rework. The Urasati aren't even all that great. I mean, they're great against galleons, but they're awful against fire ships. And not even all that amazing versus hulks. But it feels like elite turtle ships are pretty simple to fix. You just need to give fire ships a little bit more bonus damage versus them. Lied? I didn't lie to you. I am an honest caster, man. Oh, there's the dock all the way over to the west. I'm wondering why you built it all the way over there. Ornlu a yawn. So, more fishing chips here for Andy. Coffee? I know, I have coffee. That's the scary thing. I also got a good night's sleep last night because I knew it would be a long day today. My dad had surgery today, so... oh yeah, I never mentioned that. Yeah, so at some point, we don't know when his surgery is, but I might just need to leave at some point today. Because I want to see my dad before surgery. Urasati plus Hulk, then you go Galleon Hulk. Go away for work. Goodbye, Robsy. Goodbye forever. But thanks, guys. Thanks. It is a relatively simple procedure, so yeah, I'm not too worried, but you know, surgery is always a little scary. So I just have my phone next to me, and we'll see when they actually get it scheduled. His surgery last week was later in the day, so I actually was casting. Actually, his last surgery was a week ago exactly, now that I think about it. And I literally casted and then went over and was still there in time. As severe? I mean, they definitely need to do something. He has an abscess. He has 2 abscesses, actually, on his spine. So what they don't want is for the spine to get too poisoned. And what they definitely don't want is for the MRSA to spread to his internal organs. Hello, Festive Cuban. Are you the same guy whose festival probs on YouTube? Or is it just 2 people today with festive in their name? Okay. Yeah, of course. All right, guys. Men-at-Arms and fishing lines incoming. Music interests? Yeah, I have a YouTube account that's like the one I post on, right? Like my YouTube channel. And then I have a YouTube account that is my personal YouTube, which has like other stuff on it. But I only have the one Reddit account. So I never post anything on any other subreddit because I don't want like my AoE 2 stuff to bleed over to personal stuff. And I'm too lazy to switch accounts. Alright. Defensive tower coming in. So far, great reaction from Andy. Now, he is queuing up 3 fire ships. Now, this is actually a little bit awkward because it's going to delay the fast castle. Another tower coming in here from Benanji. Win. Scout just thwacking away over there. Interesting tower position, because you know that this tower is coming in, and he purposely made it in range of the tower here, which I don't really understand. Funny commentary. Guys, check it out. Festive Cuban here thinks I'm funny. Don't let it said that nobody ever finds me funny, guys. We'll put that one in the scrapbook. Paid chatter, yeah. Tell the girl she's wrong. All right. Doc over here is getting focused down. Being judged funny. Thank you. I'm very proud of this moment. All right, Castle Age is coming in for Andy. Definitely slower than he would like, but still fast, right? Still, relatively speaking, faster than his counterpart. Hulks are really good against Men-at-Arms, because remember, Hulks have high melee armor. No way! It's like, no, you do not port that transport ship. Never touch the campaign. So many people are like that, and I am very glad for the small part I have been able to play and people rediscovering how wonderful this game is. I paid her with a new tier list in advance. Yeah. Unfortunately, pronouns get assumed online, especially in the space that's like 95% male here in AoE 2 land. Got to appreciate the struggles there. Up. But, you know, in almost every case, nothing negative is meaned by it. In general, yeah, but hopefully it's not, you don't take that as, people disrespecting you. I think that's too high. I mean, I have no idea that is true. I was just guesstimating. Anyway, Hulks are on the way here. Remember, houses get more armor and HP upon reaching Castle Age, which is a huge help. We do have Arson in. 98.8% male? That's crazy. Okay, Men-at-Arm goes down there. That drastically reduces the damage coming in. When clicking on a name? That actually would be not bad. Alright, villagers there are under threat. Is just not hot enough? I mean, Viper's too sexy, man. I mean, to be fair, everybody looks like a 3 next to Doubt. And his glorious, shining visage. Alright, here is the mighty turtle ship. Can't I check my YouTube stats as well? I can't. Can I? I mean, I guess I should be able to. YouTube Studio. Analytics, maybe? Oh, here's an audience. Guys, I am more... I create more women-friendly content than Viper. I am officially the most... I guess what? Non-sexually discriminating streamer ever. My YouTube audience is only 97.7% male. So that puts Viper's, what, 98%, you said? So, alright, turtle ships here obviously doing work. Longboats are on the way, but you need the docks to safely construct them, and that could be quite tricky. I'm so gender inclusive. Debbie alone? Yeah, I think Debbie probably makes up a significant portion. Toxic focus. Alright. More naval fighting here, but Andy's going to be much better able to sustain this thanks to that second TC. Faster up to Castle Age. He's ahead in Eco. Here as well. Yeah, that's true. And Ellie's also here. Really skewing the numbers. Remember, guys, fire ships are effective against turtles in Castle Age. %50 of my female viewership? Exactly. And the longboat numbers are slowly climbing. You got Bosaw coming in here for Benanji. And the villager count isn't that bad, but once again, the big difference is the Fisky Mothers. And that is, I think, going to be very difficult for Benanji to overcome. As we still have Andy with excellent food income. Yeah, turtle ship's very, very good at turning. We have seen Georgians played here, and the mule carts have been very good. Or not, Armenians we've seen here played in the mule carts have been very good on the islands. Also, we did see the Musica played here once, but that was not great. Yeah, longboats are also very powerful. Again, I do think Vikings are a little too good on water. I think this map is, you know, nigh designed for Korean, so Koreans are going to be better here than they are even on, like, standard islands. You got Gillnets coming in, another transport. Ballistics is, of course, huge for both players. It does not affect turtle ships, though, remember. But, I mean, it's going to be so tough to push Korean towers uphill on these islands. But yeah, I mean, huge eco advantage right now here to Andy. Benanji still cruising on the 1 TC. On Andy's leftmost TC, there was a tower over here, but it was destroyed by the TC and is now being rebuilt. Okay, this is huge. Denying this tower means that you can actually still pressure your opponent. Oh my goodness, the dancing. The dancing! Yeah, it's called Capture Age. It's actually, well, there's a paid version and a free version, and I have the paid version. But yeah, there is a free version available to everybody. Alright, longboats are going to skedaddle. We got clinkers getting constructed now for Andy. Too OP on water, exactly. And there is the castle up over here as well for Andy. So once again, it feels like Andy's just doing a bit of a better job of identifying those win conditions. Which is, again, it's something, like, if there's anything that you literally cannot teach in a short time in AoE, it's decision-making and understanding win conditions. On taxes, I actually forget to, but it's not like it's all that much anyway. But I should. Actually, my taxes were never done. I never got an email back. I mean, I got an extension for my taxes. Guard Tower rush against Koreans? Hey, man. It's still keeping Andy contained. Really would have liked to have seen at least those 3 relics scooped up, though. That is one of the advantages you get with map control here on the center island. Anyway, turtle numbers are slowly climbing here. New populous government make Vogue education support? Oh, no. Oh, no, Toast. Is that next to no taxes? I had to pay like $600 last year. It actually was really rough. I make less than $20,000 a year, guys. All right. You also have the careening upgrade in for that extra Pierce armor, but now the turtles are coming forward. Uh-oh, it's turtle time, baby. Admiral Yi has been working on a secret weapon. A ship with an iron hull and spikes to repel boarders. This is an awful fight for Benanji. Can I make minimum wage? I would probably make more money by working retail right now, but this still looks better on a resume, and I actually enjoy this. Exactly. And it wouldn't be that much more. Alright, Doc is gonna go down there. Neither player is close to Imperial Age. Andy, though, on 4 TCs to 3. Still ahead. However, like I said, guys, fire ships are actually good here. You put, I split up my work in several different ways. What's my exact wording? Organizer, host, administrator, and consultant. And then I have Twitch partner and YouTube content creator. All right. Benanji with a much better fight there is going to hold off Andy. He's got the score lead. The war wagons are here, though. Andy gonna try for another TC, and again, these Korean towers are gonna be so freaking good. LinkedIn lingo, yeah. Well, no masonry means that the fire ships are still gonna be doing pretty darn well. I mean, it doesn't feel good, but yeah, that's going to take down the tower, which is what you need. I assure you, most people in the real world are not familiar with Twitch. YouTube, yes. All right, guys, villager numbers are looking much more similar now. Benanji in a pretty decent spot. More turtles are on the way, but obviously it's a slow, expensive unit. And again, just lack of food income right now for anybody. That tower is going to go up, though. And now the turtle ships are the ones that are trickling in too few numbers. Monks here to convert the war wagons. And that's actually Benanji over here with the dock. You mean the war wagons? We got the little line here and the horses, I don't know, whatever cloth is covering them. So toxic? Why? This is a very messy game indeed. Wait, longsword's been coming in. Oh my goodness, Benanji. Let's go, man. You are up against fire lancers here. Yeah, turtles coming back in. They have several kills on them. Still, the numbers are the issue right now for Benanji as Andy reclaims the score lead, way ahead in resources destroyed. And now, the turtles! The turtles! The very top of the hill shouldn't be buildable, but I think that everything else is. I mean, yeah, longswordsmen counter fire lancers, but not when they also have war wagon and monk support, and the numbers are way better anyway. Benanji's eco is still ahead, but Andy's the one taking the good fights here. Fire Lancers in the Rams. The University's going to go down for what that's worth. And now, guys, the Turtles are back with a vengeance. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Spaghetti Mr. Yo. It's turtle time. Guys, Benanji might be a little bit sunk here. Look at this KD in favor of our orange player. Things are falling apart very quickly. Andy with a castle going to be attempted over there, but those villagers are trying to build a TC first. Multitasking simply better here for Andy. The experience is showing as well. You might say things fall apart. Yeah, just never really able to, deal with Andy's pushback on the land. Never really able to deal with the water, and now it's just, huge advantage in resources destroyed for freaking Andy. Andy was only too aware of the secret weapon. Look at him go! Who doesn't love a good Kobukson? Kind of rough to deal with. Fire Lancers can be countered quite effectively by Longswordsmen. The issue is that your food income is really bad as both players, which means that the wood and gold unit's much easier to afford. And he also did so much more proactively, and Fire Lancers require, very few upgrades. Also, Andy had the support of the monks, rams, and war wagons, where it was literally just a few Longswordsmen here. So just as many of them are getting converted as anything else. How do demos do against turtles? Not especially well. Oh, we got Ipsong coming in as well. For overall win, it's a best of 5, and the winner will qualify. Heated shots, huge, huge, huge here. I mean, there's just nothing I think you can do at this point as Benanji. No, Andy did. It's the orange dot. Or Andy's orange color. Also, there's a 1 here. Anyway, now if you're fighting the full might of the Korean Navy. Got match before? Well, welcome. This is what I spend most of my time doing. Are still? I mean, Benanji did an okay job with his eco, but he just could not find a way to take efficient fights. To be fair, if this is your first ever match of watching competitive AoE2, this is a pretty fun one. We get to see lots of different cool units. I mean, how many times do we get to see 11 turtle ships all at once? Get a job? This is my job! Technically. Well, Vikings actually are the best water civ still. I mean, again, Andy just played better. Also, this map is better for Koreans than, like, regular islands is. Get a better job. I'm trying to get a better job, man. Absolutely clobbered the Vikings IRL. Well, they existed in completely different areas on opposite sides of the planet, so who knows. 30 kills on these turtle ships. Turtle ships are cost-effective against everything in Castle Age except fire ships. And they are cost-effective against literally everything in Imperial Age. They are actually overpowered in Imp, but no one ever gets there and uses them there. Didn't I say different time frames? I mean, the Viking Age ended like 400 to 500 years before Admiral Yi was born. Look at them go! Yeah, I mean, this, again, as much as Andy is utilizing Vikings well, 30 turtle ships made, that's amazing. I think Andy wins this game with any good water civ, just because he is doing a better job of identifying those win conditions than his opponent is. Broken in Imperial Age? Yes, they're broken. But yeah, I mean, that was just all Andy taking the good fights, able to push back on both the land and water. I thought the tower contain was a little much for Benanji, a little too heavy of an investment, not enough of an early preparation there to deal with the Fire Lancers. And then Andy making sure that he had these towers on the outside as well. Very, very well done from him. And special things? You have to. Well, unless you're Leary. Leary just does whatever. Oh, so I forgot to give Andy his point after the first game. Anyway, I'm really enjoying Benanji's playstyle so far. He does, unfortunately, just look a little bit outclassed by Andy. But the things that Benanji is struggling with are not things that cannot be improved, right? Alright, looks like Immersion will be next, and that will likely be the Wu versus Italians. Everything can be improved? Yeah, but improving things like APM and pure micro macro are much harder to improve at this level than our strategy and decision making. All right, 60 seconds, guys. Yeah, 9 start plus pawn VF is rough. "35 seconds. Now, the Corgi will likely be activated in a couple hours. All right, guys, here we are. It is Immersion, but the new one that has, like, oysters and fruit bushes in the middle instead of another pond. Badanji, honestly, he should already be very proud of this performance, beating both Running and Lucho to get here, and he put up 2 solid games against Andy. But his tournament life is on the line here. You'll be the Grey Wu here to the northeast, and to the southwest in the orange as the Italians. What's not running? Oh, Stone, please. My bad. You know, all these German players, they're all the same. Gap? Anyway, Andy going to be here in the orange to the southwest. Era of German dominance? Uh-oh. I mean, as far as Sips go, Wu and Italians are both very good here. Spam fish, exactly. If there's any amount of water, it is fishing ship time. And he's basically German. He's the mountain Germans. Anyway, dock on the outside, dock on the outside. We really don't see players docking the pawns first as much this go-around of Immersion being in the tournament. Also, I'm kind of curious as to why they got rid of the middle pond. Leary's also German? Well-known fact. Against Andy? Is Badanji not a gray picker in general? I'm a gray picker. Interesting. Ah, yes, my bad. Second lumber camp even coming in pretty darn early here for Badanji. Already walling up over there is Andy. Against him. Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot about that. And his toxicity. I mean, ACCM's a cyan picker. He's not much better. He learned from Backed, the original color picker, to throw off your opponent. Gray's plan is the woo? I mean, you can go Men-at-Arms into map control with the water, just good naval civ, and do normal woo aggressive stuff. I mean, they're just a good civ early on. Whoa, wait, hold up. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Back up the truck. Noob! Oh my goodness, guys. Noob alert right here. Toxic Andy, indeed. This is full-blown TM06 toxic right here. Oh, can the cannons and turtle ships miss? Yes. Basically, they are 100% accurate, but they don't have ballistics. So if the target is moving, like, at a tangent line to them, the turtle ship will miss almost everything. Pack up the truck. It's actually something that we memed on a teacher I didn't even have in high school. But, like, one of the other social science teachers would say, whoa, 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 back up the truck. And, like, the other, like, history, economics teachers joked about that. And it kind of became, just became a thing. And I've adopted it myself. Maybe got the full team 27 ball returning. Yeah, that was a question from you, too. Yeah. All right, Feudal Age is now coming in for Bananji, but obviously much slower than for Andy, and Andy has more fishing ships. So it looks like a very good build here from Andy. He's got some presence here on the pond to the south. So let's see. Men-at-Arms is indeed going to be the play here for Bananji. And he's kind of like got a welcoming funnel here right into the TC. That fishing eco is going to be very scary here for Andy. There are 2 docks on the outside here as well for Gray, but obviously no presence on the central ponds. EVA is in, and what is the plan here for Andy? He's just now going over to gold. Kind of strange-looking walls, but I guess whatever works. Barracks coming in. And it's also going to be tower time. Ah, yeah, you saw the forward builds here as well. No, the geese are here. Or the turkeys, rather. The turkeys will stop all intruders. Here comes the tower. And he's going to immediately build a defensive one with more villagers. This is not going to work very well at all here for Bananji. Fishing lines coming in for both players, so nice job there from Bananji keeping up with his opponent. One fire ship as well being built on the outside. One Hulk here for Andy. And there we go. Tower has to be canceled, but you can build another one. So looks like he might try and... Oh, beautiful angle. I didn't... Oh, never mind. It's in range of the tower. Nope, bad tower. Bad tower. No. You need to build that one tile out of range of your opponent's tower. Almost a good tower, which is another way of saying a bad tower. Arson going to come in here for the swordsman. Oh, a staple. That's kind of surprising. Scouts aren't going to do anything good for you here. You need archers. Arson is in. A couple stone walls being built here. But yeah, like, imagine if the tower was like one tile over, you still deny the wood line, and you don't get shot by the enemy tower. Huge advantage. Yorkie. I'm afraid I do not know the nomenclature rules. Up. Oh, a Vil died over there. Oh, a little bit of the S word there for Andy. I trust Andy not to screw that up. There is a dock forward here, so in a good position to apply pressure, and the villager numbers are actually still quite comparable. Andy accruing a bit of idle TC time here for sure. But he's on his way up to Castle Age. Bananji not going to be too far behind, though. Man, this is a decent enough setup here for Bananji. Only a few seconds idle time just until Castle Age, so... Honestly, good stuff. Like, there's nothing in this series that I'm watching that makes it look like Benanji got here on a fluke, right? He just had some crazy overperformances that are impossible for him to replicate. Even if Andy's just a better player right now, we can see the how Benanji is still making a lot of correct decisions. His mechanics are perfectly fine, and he seems to be a very good player strategically, so I'd love to see that. Yeah, unless you're playing specifically Black Forest, you play just, you know, regular, no exploration. Are Michiganders Michigese and children are Michigoslings? Yes, exactly. Anyway, thank you, Safrail. Is it Prime Monday? Is that a thing? I don't really know. All right, infantry armor upgrade coming in. Meanwhile, it is double stable knight from Andy. Not something we see very often these days. The chaos suits his style. Well, then, I mean, it's just a bad matchup at that point. Anyway, it looks like it could be our good friend John Swordsman here from Benanji. Really not prime. Yeah, I see something that's divisible by 2. All right, got some knights here. They do have bloodlines and the forging upgrade, so you're really actually going to want pikemen as opposed to Qian swordsman. Oh yeah, it is Star Wars Day. Happy May the 4th and all that. Anyway, the Castle Age warships are looking very good against the Feudal Age warships, so Andy taking more and more positive fights. That is a monastery and a siege workshop for Benanji. He is going for it. That said, Qian swordsmen used to be bad against knights back when they had 3 melee armor, just because their stats weren't otherwise good enough. Now that Qian swordsmen have no melee armor, they are awful. Nothing relevant. Aw, tragic. Buddy, Hoosiers is pretty unique as a demonym. There is no other state that's like it. Uper is like it's not like a joke, it's like a slang term for people from the Upper Peninsula. Whereas the denizens of Indiana are actually Hoosiers. Like, that is the correct term. Keeping you busy? Work can be annoying like that. Anyway, our good friend John Swordsman is having a really rough time here. Indians would be insensitive. Indianans. Illinoisians, I think, is the correct demonym for people from my state. But Illinois is a bit weird because it's basically just Chicago plus cornfields. So people usually just say they're from the Chicago area. The Indiana people are called Hoosiers, and we're not sure where that originated. Oh no, oh no. The fox in the chicken coop, guys! The Illinois? Nah, that's just me when Folder's here. Alright, knock, knock, knock. Double monastery here. Atonement coming in for both players. We didn't get capture him. Pro players, by the way. Anyway, this is brutal. Oh, that monk just got converted. Those stone walls are certainly doing their job. More knights are coming out. Again, with the fox in the chicken coop. That Caprams? Yep. Yep. Losing to a raid? Sure is. I mean, he's trying to make a huge counterattack push happen, but Andy's doing exactly what he needs to here with the stalling. And eventually he'll just get enough units here to stop it. And I guess he thinks now's the hour! Riders of Rohan! Oaths you have sworn! Hatted ram. Oh, boy. Oh, even some fire ships over there taking down some of the remaining fishing ships. This is over. So again, Andy's still definitely the better player than Benanji, but I am very impressed. I'm still very impressed by Benanji and really will want to look more, for more of him coming forward. GG, well played. Good luck in the main event. Hashtag Andy with the 3-0 win. Definitely like what you would expect on paper, but still, this is the first tournament series I have ever casted of Benanji's, and that was not half bad. But Andy gonna secure himself another spot in the main event. Well done to him, and certainly you would expect Andy to be in a top 16 player event. And thus he is. Good job! A bit long for a hashtag, yeah. Alright, Mihai Dogao could be a very interesting matchup, and that one will be next. Update the title do stream. Which means the last set is going to be Hart versus Siscon, by the way. Are these Recs or are these live games? That's another worthwhile question to consider. Looks like they are live games. 20 and 21. I think it could be a very good set. You have Cleon versus Zhao Yun. I'm not entirely sure who is who. I mean, just looking at the maps, it looks like Cleon is Mihai and Zhao Yun is Dogao. BF is going to be map number 1. Mihai plays a bit of BF. Dogao doesn't at all. The Brazilians do not play BF. I'm working on it, Boom. It takes a moment. All right, guys, I'm going to get some more coffee. I will be right back. Hope you are all having a lovely Monday. Or in the words of my AP US History teacher, Happy Monday, class, if there is such a thing. He literally talked like Treebeard. Very deep, very slow voice. All right. What's up? It's your boy. Or something. I know, Ornlu on his own stream? What a wild notion. Hello, Madirati. Chair strip? Usually the chair is the popular one, so I don't blame you. Anyway, a short interview with Benanji first? What? Was?
And come to know to let people know you. So it's great.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's nice.
Thank you for coming. We're gonna keep going. We will talk more, okay,
Yeah.
Benanji? I'm sure that we will talk
Yeah.
more. So keep motivated, okay?
He's the qualifier? They are. Benanji, it's pretty weird. If anything, interview Benanji before the series, right? Outer view feels bad. Yeah, I am not a fan of losers interviews. It feels a little rough. Unless they specifically want to do it, and maybe Benanji did, but interviewing somebody after they just lost 3-0 feels pretty rough. Anyway, hopefully we'll get into the game soon. Got stuff to do and places to be. If they felt like it. That's true, but NAC had a very different vibe. Well, the early NACs did. I would posit that the NACs, once they weren't actually in Nilly's apartment, didn't really have the same sort of charm to it. They were. And I'm not just saying that because I was there. But, you know. Like, everyone just, like, sitting on the couch doing whatever. Oh! These are Rex, my bad. Alright, let me get into this. Is that... I don't know. But I generally, as a rule, have no idea what's going on. All right, guys, here we are. Well, I mean, it's because they don't even share the Rex until Mem's already well into the game. All right, guys, here we are. Game number 1, Dogao versus Mihai. This, I think, is going to be the most interesting set of the day. I really do think this could go either way. Very much, you said they were 20 and 21 in the AoE tournament rankings right now, because that feels pretty darn spot on. Dogao's going to be in the blue as the Malay to the southwest, and to the northeast in the yellow, it will be Mihai as the Bengali. So same matchup we saw in Doubt versus Classic Pro. This is one of the approaches you can take. Dogao not even bothering to go for the Vil War. Well, I mean, this is one of the things, right? It's like, now Mihai has a pretty big advantage. Because he barely committed anything, just one villager. He gets the wall off, and now he can go forward and sneak if he wants. He's trying to get himself one more tile of space. Alrighty. Dogao already grabbing a ton of Vils. But maybe you would argue that Malay don't really feel like Vil fighting because they want to get their fish boom going quickly. It is certainly an idea. That said, again, this is the exact same matchup we saw in Doubt versus Classic Pro. Doubt was simply able to get way too far ahead in eco due to his fish boom, but he also did very well in the Vil fighting, so it's a bit different. Dogao, I think, is just going to pretend that the map is Arabia. I think that's a very Dogao way to approach the Black Forest. Like, it was actually more like 18 kills between the two players. Like I said, Mihai at least dabbles in BF. Dogao, I don't really think does. Or rather, I don't think Dogao does. Were a thing at one point. I mean, to be fair, for all intents and purposes, they are essentially infinite. I mean, yeah, it's pretty crazy. But fish traps were basically seen as useless back in the day, remember? Might as well be the same. Yeah, I mean, again, it takes around 2 in-game hours to deplete a fish trap for Malay. Alrighty, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Tower time. Under the that was really the big breakthrough. Was just basically having the space that you needed for fish traps. Again, Dogao basically pretending that the map is Arabia. We do have the 2 layers of palisades, and now that Feudal Age is in, they're getting an extra 100 HP. And now the big old stone walls are going to come in. Arson is also on its way. The DE, indeed. Fish trapping, even when DE came out, was something that we didn't really see a ton of. I mean, even in BF, it was only like making like 8 fishing ships. Get loom. Well, research in loom makes your villagers harder to kill. This giant fish trap. Yes, because if you're able to do that, you definitely haven't won the game already. Well, Doc coming in here from Dogao, but so far Mihai's defenses are good. Not tower here? It is a little surprising. He had the stone, didn't he? What on earth? What on earth is wrong with that message? Have you ever built a fish trap IRL to nurture your economy and overwhelm your neighbor? Well, what? No. I've never even seen... Oh, no. In Madison, there was like a fish farm, I remember. Anyway, market coming in. No bills on gold just yet, though, for Mihai. Lobster pots? I've seen lobsters in tanks about to be cooked. I mean, you do need something here. Men-at-Arms are still dealing 4 damage a hit. No fletching in on the tower, though. Man, Mihai is really not bothered. I mean, I guess if blue doesn't break in, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is. He just doesn't want to invest into the stone. Anyway, 3 to 5 fishing ships. Of course, Malay just have the best fish boom. I mean, maybe you could make arguments for Japanese or even Italians, but I feel like most people would say Malay. Mihai's Nares, that's a good question. Anyway, Castle Age is on the way. Exactly like AoE2 fish traps? Oh, yeah, I mean, the AoE2 fish traps are based off of real fish traps. Although I think that fish traps are not used in, like, fish farming, essentially. But yeah, I mean, Mihai, completely unbothered this game. And if it goes late, Bengalis will crush Malay. Fish farming, that they would be. Fishing lines coming in. Dogao's is ahead in resources, although how much of that is wood? A little bit is wood for sure. Gold is the big one, though. Alright, 30 seconds to Castle Age. You still definitely don't want to let the Men-at-Arms in. Yes, Castle Age Stonewalls are back to the 1800 HP. Oh, that was something else. I thought there was a second where he could have gotten in. Anyway, Monastery coming in, and I guess you are totally fine here as Mihai, so good on him. I was worried he was underreacting, but clearly. Now you're in Castle Age. The walls now have a ton more HP. You're getting a Siege Workshop and a Monastery, so not adding in any extra TCs here. The 3 Men-at-Arms? Clearly not. Now a big stone wall here for Dogao. Wants to imp. Well, now it's going to be double Monastery plus Armored Elephant. Which is funny because you spend all this time walling and now you're going to end up deleting one of the walls anyway. Yeah. Oh, very calm defense. Dogao's going to be spending a ton of wood now on the fish traps. He's going to click up to Castle Age. We'll get there very quick as the Malay. And yet, the first monk is out. If you don't want to boom? Well, because you're just trying to get to Castle Age. Yeah, that was definitely an Insta. That was more Insta than the Gram. Speaking of which, who is going to watch the Met Gala? Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to see all my favorite looks. Alright. Armored Elephant and a Mangonel are coming in. Dogao almost up to Castle Age, though. -7 viewers. See, it's at least not -7K viewers. We could never get there anyway. Water bottle bathrooms? Wait, what? Oh, Archer's popping out over here trying to get some value. Don't think they'll really be able to do much, though. Even the starting scout is going to help finish everybody off, and that's where all of that monk armor is huge. The archers literally deal 1 damage there. Yeah, Bengali monks are swole. And remember, it's like one of the most iconic bonuses of Bengalis, and they literally didn't even launch with that. Remember, it used to be Orthodoxy, the Castle Age unique tech for Slavs, which was seen as awful, but it turns out it's a lot better when it's just given to you for free. All right, Mihai pushing. Now, this castle is on a very good hill. Gonna yoink that relic, so Mihai will be able to get 4 to 3 relics. But yeah, you're gonna need to change your angle here. Here he is. Wait, what? What are you doing? Alt Q. Alright, so just find the angle here. Sanctity coming in. Remember, guys, Viper told me Karambits weren't very good. How do I get... There we go. Alright, castle coming in over here. That ain't happening. Oh boy, Mangonel is under threat. And a couple of Karambits were converted. The Dock Arrow's not really doing a whole lot here. Castle will go up, although with Vil losses. I think. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it goes up. Very, very close to a Doubt Castle. And it's right on top of the fishing ships here. That was extremely close, in fact. Now, if anything, the Karambits can't actually just run around. Yes, killing the fish boom is absolutely huge. And Dogao is going to start downloading some RAM. Of course, Dogao's food eco is garbage. He lost all his fishing ships! That's where this castle is actually very, very good. It's goofy? It's a little bit goofy. Hamatsu the Monkers? Well, I mean, it's a very bad matchup for those Karambits specifically. Yeah, Mihai only has the fishing ships for his food eco. Yeah, Rathas are really, really good against Karambits. Karambit. In melee mode. Not like that good in ranged mode, but the 3 melee armor on the unit is huge. Like, generally speaking, this is a decent matchup for Bengalis, if, like, militarily. The issue is if the melee player gets a huge fish boom on you. Couple conversions coming in. Mops Karambits? Really? You want to see Fire Archers versus Karambits? Karambits are super good as a quick transition unit. No, there's no Relic victory. Anyway, the scores are relatively even, but we still have to favor Mihai's position. Dogao can't utilize 9 of his eco units there. He's going to be on 6 relics in a moment. Versus Karambits? Do they? Well, it was fun. Geisha versus Karambits? I'm not saying Karambits are a top 10 unique unit, guys, but because they're attached to melee, they are super good. And because of the free armor upgrades, they are super good. The Rams? I mean, this isn't doing anything. There's no way this is doing anything.
Satuka baginda. Hai. Apa syasananya baginda?
I mean, there were some Karambits in there, but like I said, Karambits get absolutely mopped by Arathas. And there's the GG. Yeah, that was never going to work, Dogao. And Mihai takes game number 1 on Black Forest. It was a bit of a weird game. Dogao clearly not comfortable as a Black Forest player, kind of what you would expect. You can convert donjons because they're towers. You cannot convert Krepos because they're mini castles. Anyway, that is going to Mihai. Takes game number 1. And that is the Bengalis beating the last pick Malay. Wow. Oh, yeah, for sure. Castles and Kreposts. Because Kreposts are mini castles, they cannot be converted. Kreposts also count as your one castle required to click to the Imperial Age. Milking content? I mean, I could, but it feels like we're kind of past that point. I haven't had any time the last several days. Too rattled? Not so much rattled as annoyed. And feeling sorry for myself. Anyway, Japanese here for Dogao to the west of Taifiti. And to the east in the yellow as the Wu-Tang clan. It will be Mihai. So 2 very good hybrid / water civs, but not ones we typically see on this map. Also, look at that little island. Should balance. Fire archers? Yeah, I mean, fire archers are actually good against ships. That is definitely one of their niches. Brigade Vipers chat? Nah. We're still going at it? Not quite. It's called Wu. Is his first name Oo? So we get the Uwu. Of the West Coast? No, though. Wu is very much East Coast of China. Here's not. Yeah, and people said I'm rambly. Still have various versions of Viper by calendar year. Oh my goodness. No, Viper mostly agreed with me. He just had a little bit of a different perspective on some things. Yiza. Aw. Boring. No, it's mostly like the viewers who were just like insulting me, thinking that I don't know anything about AoE 2 and that I'm annoying and whatever. Not proud. There you go. Anyway, nothing too crazy happening so far. Loom is coming in for Mihai. Is he going up for a very quick uptime? I don't see a barracks yet to go for Men-at-Arms. No early transport ship. In the last game on this map, both players went for a very early Dark Age transport ship to get out to the Deep Fish on the outer ring. Oh, there's the barracks. Okay. Now up to speed. Don't know anything about the game? Yeah. And Age is unraveling them? I mean, some people complain I don't do enough to analyze stuff. I mean, I really don't care. It's an Easter egg unit. It's not like an actual real unit that you're ever going to train in any significant numbers. Unless you're memeing. Alright, Dogao gonna come in with his own swordsman, and yes, Japanese men-at-arms do beat Wu men-at-arms. But Feudal Age is in. Men-at-arm upgrade will likely be in shortly after, as well as double bit-axe. One could hope. And an archery range as well. Maybe you can actually afford basically all of those things. I'll need to get one more bill. 2P a better cav than Dravidians? I'm gonna go with a big no on that one. Overanalyzing small details? I don't even really think I was overanalyzing anything. I mean, my points weren't especially well constructed, but again, it was just like a ranty, rambly video. Yeah, that's true. And it's not like it stated the Civs where I spend a ton of time trying to craft a coherent discussion. Alright. House is going to go down quickly. We have the defensive tower here for Dogao. Going to be 6-3 fishing ships in favor of our blue player. Yes, it's absolutely the Musica. We got dev confirmation that the Civ is called the Musica. Looks converting allied buildings the most toxic thing imaginable. Okay, deleting the house right there. Musica, woo woo, way way, and shoo shoo, indeed. Alright, archery range gonna come in over there, but you already have the numbers out here for Mihai. Bad in general, yeah. Alright, gonna punch down the tower. Charlotte's like, it's just a meme thing. Alright, men-at-arms are here, but the archers are applying a fair bit of pressure. Blacksmith coming in as well. Notably, on the water, there's been nothing aggressive happening. It's just been the fishing ships. Fishing away happily, but Dogao's had more of them, and is Japanese. Second tower there is in a great spot to defend. You're going to have to change the angle of attack again. He never even got arson. He just doesn't want to commit too much to it. Yeah, no transport ship to go to the deep fish just yet for either player. Actually, that's some long-distance stone mining, too. Yeah, love the stone walls there. Especially because you didn't really have the stone for another tower and weren't even getting super close to the necessary resources for another tower, so go for the stone walls. One stable before. I feel like you're making too much out of Shotlottles. It's just there as a meme unit, like an Easter egg. Hey, if you end up with a stable, you can make a random unit. It's never something that the Civs are designed to go for. Anyway, transport ship now coming in for Dogao. I don't think either got fishing lines. If I can hover there. Nope, and nope. Ship bounce and viable Shotlottles. I feel like you're missing the point. All right. Skirms are out. No upgrades, though, versus +1/+1. Romans and ranked thing? Exactly, man. Oh, first villager snipe of the game actually right there, and another tower is coming in. It's going to deny the stone. Get a stable? I will be very annoyed. I mean, good pressure here. And you have 17 vills on food as well. That said, 7 of them are on this fruit bush that's about to run out. Dogao is going to run out of a lot of his own food income, but this is where the Japanese fishing ships now on the deep fish are going to be a huge, huge advantage for Blue. Padded archer armor coming in for him as well. Going to be very important for the skirmishers. Trade workshops? Oh, yes. Hunt's Atheist unique tech, all memes, all the way. I swear, the people who loved Obsidian Arrows the most were the ones who never played it. It is genuinely one of the least fun things to play against that they ever had in AoE. Fudiko, he has more food banked up. His food income isn't better, is the way you would describe it. Tito Gao's ahead in food collected. He's also spent more food on getting all those skirmishers and skirmisher upgrades. And now you got some vills coming over here to the north. As Dogao is able to start hanging in there. No, that's what I was saying is Mihai, his food income really took a tumble when the fruit bushes ran out. He was over-reliant on those. Anyway, the res collected are still even between the two players. Looks like Dogao is thinking about the castle age, is cutting his vill production to do so. Shane Spectator, suffer for our entertainment. I mean, pro players, I'm fine suffering. You know, they get paid to do that. Regular players, not so much. Oh, whoa, 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 men-at-arms are here. Uh-oh, they were able to sneak on in. Oh my goodness, this is getting really messy really fast. Dogao has lost 2 more villagers just like that. Legendary. Again, Obsidian Arrows is very fun. 1 game. Exactly 1 game. The issue is when it's every game, because it's the best thing. Holche Javelineers? I got nothing wrong with Holche Javelineers. I got no problems with Holche Javelineers. Primitive Men-at-Arms? Japanese Men-at-Arms are in general better. Skirms here being a bit of a nuisance, but right now, Mihai, he's getting himself set up. The issue for him is the fishing ships. Dogao is getting so many more of them. He's actually pretty far behind in villagers, but it's having those fishing ships that makes all the difference. Make some fire archers. Yeah, fire archers is basically the balanced version of obsidian arrows, which is basically just fire at half the speed and also be more expensive. But as for what Mihai is working towards, honestly, you could take the game in any number of directions. You could add some TCs, you could go for the castle drop and then add TCs, or TCs and then castle drop. You could go, okay, or you could go right for the castle drop. I was gonna talk about water, and you are still getting medium warships and bodkin. Walls are up there. Still, 18-5 fishing ships, and they're Japanese fishing ships. Yeah, that's why I was a little like, Monastery coming in here for LOS Migdog. Heavy market usage. Mihai really wants this castle up. Remember, no presence at all on the outside. No. Dogao. Dogao, we need to have a talk. Thank you. Thank you. That is all sorts of not happening. All right, a couple knights are out. They do have +1 defense, but with the archers having the high ground and having all these infantry units to support them, that is actually not enough. Oh, it's fire. It's always fire archer time, baby. Guys, Dogao's running out of units that can fight back. I mean, you have an almost dead knight and one higher HP knight. This is the perfect situation for fire archers. Oh my goodness, archers making their way in over here. This is way more important than fire archers. Oh my goodness. Oh no, look at this Tom Nook over here, guys. Oh, wow. That hurts. Yeah, Dogao's going to need to start to evacuate this area. Medium warships just now coming in for Dogao. There are 4 hulks here on the outside. Oh, boy. You need to add a TC here, pronto status, and that is what's happening, but things are getting really ugly really fast. And/or Cranny. A Nook is surrounded on 3 sides. A Cranny is only surrounded on 2 sides. So basically, like, a very narrow passageway would be a Cranny, and a Nook is like a hole. Good versus ships too? They are. It is one of the actual uses of the unit is as an anti-ship unit. All right, 22 villagers killed, and Dogao isn't even going to try. Mihai takes game number 2. Honestly, guys, I know the score looks really ugly, but I don't know, I feel like Dogao could have tried a bit harder to fight back on the water and then play outside in. Japanese should crush Wu in the late game. Tilt quit? He very well could. Yeah, I feel like some players just need to recognize that, okay, we're not winning land. We have to go do something else. Better possible, but, you know, the qualifier, a big last round S-tier tournament qualifier. You gotta go for it. Oh yeah, that's been over for a while now. Still no confirmation as who's casting the event. Ken, your boy would love to go to Sao Paulo to cast an event. That games for it? Definitely not. Put the tooling on a good use, yeah. Lochuans? It's just you don't see Lochuans very often in the first place. Oh, whoops. Oh, no, we didn't get the third game yet. Yeah, Lochuans are pretty crazy. Zhao Yun? That's actually Dogao's proper name. He looks like a Zhao Yun, right? He just has that vibe. Says we're unbeatable on it. Yeah, I'm sure. All right, guys. One game away from qualifying for another S tier. It will be Mihai in the yellow as the Khmer to the north. And one game away from elimination. It will be Dogao in the blue as the Jurchens to the south. Obsidian arrows, but they can't fire their arrows at buildings. It would actually be pointless. All right, so interesting Civ matchup here. You have like the army Civ versus the eco Civ. Khmer eco, absolutely fantastic, but their military options are in general going to be very poor against what Jurchens have to offer. Cav archers or step lancers in the mid game could be very strong. Or you can, and then in late game, the rocket carts, extremely good against the Khmer. And bombard cannons too, of course. Can't forget that you have those. Both at the same time. Oh, you mean Jurchens? To be fair, Jurchens would benefit from obsidian arrows with thunderclap bombs, right? Generates more crowns? I think it's pretty normal. I mean, in terms of drafting, this map always generates a crown and a skull. Obsidian bombs. 1 per corner and 6 in the middle. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, yeah, we can see it here, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 in the dead center, and then 3 in a line, and 3 in a line. That checks out. Corner? Well, it's like in the general area of the corner, but like you can see the exact nature of these 3 wood lines. Anyway, 19 pop up with Loom here for Dogao. Very standard opening. Guys, what's Mihai cooking? Addition of rocky terrain? Why don't you say how you know the answer to that? Is there any map that is improved by the addition of rocky terrain? No. Rocky terrain can occasionally work when it's literally baked into the map design in the first place. Like Land Madness, or Enclosed, or Rocky Forest. But adding rocky terrain to a map, just to make it more aggressive, not a fan. All right, this is some sort of degen build. FC Boom. We almost never see fast castling on this map. When is the last time we ever saw a fast castle on this map? Other than, again, Mihai's literally doing it right now, but before this exact game. With, like, what do you do? Did I cast that game? It sounds pretty bad, honestly. Alright. Anyway, Mihai's build here is very good. Golly, okay, yeah, I missed that one. But, I mean, Vinge could probably do whatever against Golly and win, right? Just kind of a big skill mismatch. Oh, never mind. Big noob. Big noob. Oh my gosh, guys. Mihai. Freaking noob extraordinaire. Oh, can you make it work? Oh, nicely done there. Oh, nope. Now you're stuck. Anyway, yeah, the alarm bells have to be going off 10 times over right now, Stokau. Those bills better be coming forward. Back to AoE 1. One of the aforementioned annoying Viper YouTube comments was, go back to AoE 4, which I think was directed at me. As if, like, I am known for AoE 4 content. I mean, I played the campaigns, and I casted it for, like, a tiny bit. Knights? It could be scorpions as well. But I think you can't just go scorps against the scouts there. I don't know anyone else. There you go. And this isn't an all-in, I think, at all. I mean, it's not going to be immediately adding TCs. You are going to want to go out and get some damage done. Ellie's? You don't have the food for Ellie's. I mean, you just want to be able to chase down these units. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, spaghetti, Mr. Yo. It's complicated. I mean, obviously there's some degree of simplification of what I do in a video because it's, again, just a short video. Very close series? It has not. Anyway, Scout there gonna get the kill. Up! Oh, he escapes! He makes his great escape! Why are people... The nature of a react video is that the person doing the reacting is able to make whatever argument they want, and they're usually the arbiters of saying this is right or wrong. Alright, so it is actually going to be a TC before the Siege Workshop, so he wants to get that eco going. The issue right now is that, one, you've got a lot of idle villagers, and two, you had the idle time associated with getting up to Castle Age. I mean, Jurchen Scouts are very good, yeah, for sure, but they're still not as good as Knights, and these Knights have no upgrades, and they're needing to focus down the Archers. Really good control from Dogao. This is more of what he needs. Oh boy. Opinion? Well, with a lot of people, it's the fact that I'm not the Viper. Means that my opinion is inherently wrong and his is right. Nia's plan didn't work out. I would say no. The Knights just don't have the upgrades they need. Remember, he doesn't have a blacksmith to get anything. Yeah, I think it had to be a Siege Workshop instead of a TC. Oh, you know what would make this better, guys? If you had Rocky Train around the edge of the map, too. Oh my goodness, that would be perfect. What on earth is Mihai doing, guys? Is he trying to get a tower, maybe? Rocky Terrain around the TC. Rocky Terrain everywhere. Well, Dogao isn't walled over here, to be fair. He's on his way up to the Castle Age. Just hanging around there. But yeah, Knights are in. Something, something, fox and chicken coop. So, that is some much-needed value, but remember, look at this idle TC time difference. 2.5 more minutes. Respect it? That's fine. You don't have to agree with me. Although I think my opinions are reasonable, and I spend a lot of freaking time on this game. But not like I have all the answers. Not like anyone has all the answers. Anyway, Dogao is still +2 in the villagers killed, and again, it's the resources collected that's the huge difference maker. More of everything, except stone. Being Viper? I really should. That is all the answers? That's also true. Goes Fire Lancers? I mean, you could really go in any direction you want as Dogao. You go Fire Lancers, you go Step Lancers, you go Cav Archers, all of which are reasonable when you have a better eco. Hello, Messenger. Okay, so the first thing Dogao wants to tech into is Light Cav. Boring when we all agree. Oh, it's dull. Okay, Dogao has 7 vills on stone. I'm kind of curious. A choice of not going. There is a choice. It's just the wrong choice. Fire Archer. Madirati, that sentence makes no sense. What on earth is a Fire Archer bullet? You mean Fire Lancers, or do you mean Fire Archers? Okay. But Fire Lancers are supposed to be countered by infantry. The rant video? Yeah, for sure. Oh, does Scotty not know? Oh, Scotty doesn't know. Oh, the Forward Siege Workshop is a-coming. Like to see some Step Lancers here. There we go. Weren't Fire Lancers Cav units in AoE 3 or AoE 4? I seem to remember that being a thing for Chinese. I never played Chinese in AoE 4 though. It was way too confusing. All right, third TC coming in, but there's literally a Siege Workshop right here. He's caught up in the Vill numbers, but he's not catching up in resources anytime soon. You should know that. That's true. It's a very bold TC is what it is. Yeah, I mean, the Siege Workshop isn't doing anything, so it's not actually a big deal right now, but there's the rocket card incoming. The Step Lancers also have no upgrades other than Bloodlines. Up. Rocket Cart gets a glancing shot right there, but the Scorpions are going to take it down with your extra range. Okay, 1 Scorpion goes down, but that's a 1 Scorpion for 1 Rocket Cart trade. That's good for Mihai. It is called the Arrow Knight in AoE 3. That is correct. Mihai with a lot of ills on stone, but Dogao could come in with the castle much sooner. Can outrange Chimera Scorps. They can match Chimera Scorp range, but they can't outrange them. And then in Imperial Age, once Siege Engineers is in, you're at 9 range anyway. Alright, guys, here we go! And Castle, it's still tough to afford. But it is very powerful if you can get it. Alright. Units jumping in here. And Dogao absolutely crushing Mihai. Really don't think too much of this fast castle on this map. Yes, Mihai should be exceptionally dead, in fact. You can even add in some Iron Pagodas as well. Also, why does the Iron Pagoda sound like an IPA from your local microbrewery? Because it really does. Like, can I have a draft of that good Iron Pagoda? Alright, Cav units charging in over here. Gonna try and go after those vills. Yellow has moved his lumber camp area here to the north, and he is ahead in villagers. I mean, it is going to be 3 TCs to almost 2, but that TC's under threat. This castle is... oh no. Wrestler from the 90s? Yeah, that also works. The Iron Pagoda beer. Oh my goodness, guys. I don't think the Ballista Elephants are going to be sufficient. No, Dogao's on 2 TCs. But still, it's about to be 2 to... Well, this TC is going down very soon. Fire Lance? Was it? Oh, yeah, the... Wait, Tail of the Dragon was the bad one, right? Not merely the mediocre one. Quietly. Shh. Guys, don't be too loud. The relics are being quietly gathered. Archer, Cav, and Infantry. Start in the video? Yeah. Alright, Bosaw coming in here for Dogao. It does still need to get Horse Collar. That's kind of a good upgrade to pick up eventually. Again, the numbers might look good for Mihai, but his eco has been so much more inefficient that he's still very far behind in resources. Gotta love that Jurchen Castle as well. There's this Monument City Brewing. I am over 21. Oh my god, it's an American Pale Ale. Pretty light one. Oh, it's actually in Baltimore. There we go. A few bad comments. I think it's part of it is human nature to focus on the negative stuff and wash out the good stuff, which is not healthy, but such is life. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghetti Mr. Yo. Oh wait, that's actually walled. Lol. Monk's up over here. "19 villagers killed by Dogao this game. Still really far ahead in economy. I mean, Mihai's trying to hang in there. He's even getting bloodlines. Now, Jurchen Monks, I know they don't have Redemption, but they do have Atonement. Other than that, no Faith and Heresy. Yeah, that's right, because their units are very expensive. Yeah, you can certainly do that. I mean, they're not, like, the best civ at doing it, but it's certainly a viable play, depending on the situation. Anyway, the build numbers are still comparable, which, again, it just feels like it's all Dogao here. Sanctity now in here for the monks. Devotion's on the way, but there's only 5 Ballista Elephants in the first place. Eco upgrades are also very poor for Mihai. Ballistics coming in, Scale Barding Armor coming in. He really believes in the Ballista Ellies from one castle, man. The guy who's going to click up to Imp and the game should be over. Why is he building archery ranges? Wouldn't you just want to go Step Lancers? I feel like you don't want anything right now. Yeah, you want rocket carts and you want Step Lancers. Or Iron Pagodas, but you're only on the one castle. More conversions coming in. Is he going CA? I mean, CA are not, like, the best unit ever versus Ballista Elephants. I mean, to be fair, Dogao's so far ahead he could do anything and win, but still. They fire faster? Yeah, it would have to be somehow you unlock the trainable aspect of Ballista Elephants, but yes, they should benefit from that bonus if they would somehow be able to train them. Destroy elephants? I mean, they wouldn't be that amazing. Anyway, it's Cav Archer time. Another castle coming in. I don't know, man. Do you think you'd just go rocket carts and cavalry? Oh my goodness. Good bunk control from Dogao for sure, but that hurts. And GG even before Imperial Age is in. And Dogao ain't dead yet. That is for sure. I don't think Mihai's strategy was great. I honestly don't know why he didn't just play standard Feudal Age play on this map. It's a very open map, so you'd think you would want to play aggressive. But it does give us more of a series and makes it so we are at least not getting all sweeps today. Kilimanjaro and Mirkwood as the remaining maps. That was the Khmer losing to the Jurchen, similar draft priority. Both have their number 1 civ left. So I think those are going to be the picks for Mirkwood. And then Kilimanjaro, actually it might even just be Vietnamese versus Georgians. And we will have to see. We shall see. And remember, we have Siscon versus Hart, and that will be the final set of this qualifier. Then we'll have the entire lineup ready. All right. It's Mirkwood time. This tournament, there was one Muisca game that was absolutely dreadful. Don't remember any other ones. Oh, close spawns here. Mihai gonna be the yellow Italians to the east and to the west in the blue as the 2P. It will be Dogao. Korekosawa. Anyway, do you guys think Dogao's gonna go for FC Blackwood Archers? Nah, I don't think so. That doesn't make sense. I can't really see him doing that. Anyway, Italian's just going to always be good on any sort of hybrid map like this. And you tend to make a ton of fishing ships as well, so that's going to be even better for Italians than normal. Feudal Chompies? No, I think it's going to be FC Ibirapema Warrior. I think that makes the most sense. Anyway, a fishing ship coming out here for both players. Everything all very even. Non-Portuguese populations in Brazil fighting each other? Yeah. So, fishing ship out at basically the same time for each player, and really the question's just going to be, can you successfully get the FC off? Rush distance is very close, which is good for the 2P player in the sense that you can go with an aggressive castle and it just takes up more map control, makes it harder for your opponent to do anything, but it's a downside in the fact that it's going to be harder to get that castle up in the first place. There are a lot of Italians in both Brazil and Argentina. Any good? Yes, they are. They're just more of an anti-infantry, anti-melee unit. South Brazil? Yep. I mean, they Italians and Germans immigrated to many Western Hemisphere countries. But I think the big ones were the US, Brazil, and Argentina. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get some more coffee. Not like we're gonna miss anything. Enjoy watching these fishing ships. Uruguay as well. I mean, Uruguay's pretty small, but yeah, basically. Alright. I apologies, guys. I really do apologies. Oh, hey. Once in a lifetime. Alright, Dogo does have the resources advantage as he has significantly more fishing ships, but how does he keep himself safe? Those walls were clearly insufficient. You can garrison 5 vills in here, but... Oh my goodness. Again, you can get a tower here. Is it time for the tilt, GG? Not even getting to Castle Age. Guys, I feel like... Yes, Blackwood Archers are overtuned right now, but... I think people need to not act like they're launched humans, right? It's also extremely predictable, and it's like every 2P player just rushes to get those units out, and it's, you know, it's a little too hard to do that. Wong, if it's like everything has to be exactly that. Oh my goodness, guys. Anyway, rough for Dogao, but Mihai just playing better today. Other than that weird strat he did last game. Water situation. Dogao has no ships of the military variety at the moment. It really isn't. Game of all time? Oh, yes. Dogao still isn't very close to clicking up. Yeah, like, there's literally nothing to like right now about Dogao's position. The scores are surprisingly close, but the game, for all intents and purposes, is not. Korekosawa. E-score? What? I mean, yeah, it's mostly having those extra fishing ships, but he's lost so many vills here. He's slower up to Castle Age, guys. I mean, come on. Come on, man. Pineapple on pizza fight? What? Yeah, it still doesn't really feel especially competitive. Tower up over there. Defensive tower up here from Dogao. You can still build a... Well, I guess you don't have the resources for another tower. He's not on stone. Am I something? I really have no idea what's going on. But then again, I never do. Such is my lot. Ongo? No, that's the Muisca. As much as, don't get me wrong, I love me some ongoing. Oh, God. Alright. Knights are going to be on the way to help deal with the skirmishers. If we just believe in the Blackwood Archer rush hard enough, it's going to work, guys. Don't you worry. Pizza toppings? I am afraid I do not know Brazilian pizza culture very well. Or at all. Does he not have a market? That he does not. Okay, so that's a little bit awkward with the eco balance for me, hi. No bodkin either. Upgrades? Yeah, you really do want bodkin on them. Nah, Dogao's favorite food item is the banana. And if you know, you know. All right, Manganella's here. Oh, jeez. Got War Galleys out. Villager stuck in that settlement. Nico's there. Nico is his burger top pizzas. Pumpkin cream? No. Couldn't get a burger, that's true. I would also be super salty if I did not have access to a burger. It's Blackwooding time, guys! Are you ready? He's getting bodkin. He doesn't have any wood income. Is this possible? No, not realistically. Again, Blackwood archers are overtuned. I think the train speed nerf was perfect for them. But, again, there's a difference between a unit being overtuned and a unit being launched humans or launched Ketons. Big, big difference there. Double, yeah, like, again, there's a difference. Skirm, yep. Blackwooded all over the place. Yep. Impressive. The big thing with Blackwoods is how fast you get them out. Which, again, is why I think that the train speed nerf is perfect. They're not great. Yeah, like, you should see somebody going Blackwood Archers in the later stages of the game. It is a decent but not incredible unit. But really, it's the rush that's the very annoying thing to try and deal with. No eco upgrades at all for Mihai is a little bit of the S word, though. Woke. No, only the Aztec units are woke. It's pretty freaking racist of you to think that the Aztecs and the 2P are the exact same. Ballistics coming in, obviously that's going to be huge. Walk nonsense? No, that's my cooking. A leisurely stroll. Yeah, pretty much. Second TC is also in here for yellow. Again, Mihai just dotting his I's and crossing his T's. Extra armor for your crossbowmen, as the Italians is also a very nice bonus to have against the low base attack Blackwood archers. And there it is. GG is called, and it will be Mihai moving on to the main event over Dogao. Honestly, not a very close series. The only game Mihai lost was just a very strange and poorly done strategy. Probably something that worked a lot better in practice than it ever would in the tournament, but Mihai very much will be moving on to the main event. Nogao, unfortunately, not so much. Which means we will have only one more set today. Also means we need to update the stream title to Art versus the Cisgendered Con. Anyway, I do think that Heart's a very good matchup against Siscon. Or rather, considering Hart is the better player on paper, it's a very bad matchup for Siscon because Siscon is a very mechanically oriented player. And Hart is also a very mechanically oriented player, but Hart is better than Siscon in that regard, so I think it is going to be kind of tough here. Like, I do think Siscon is very, very good. It's just, you know, he's rather, shall we say, hamster-esque. Puransu is Wash, that's true. Mechanic-oriented is basically a combination of micro, macro execution, and I mean, especially these days, APM as well. So less of the strategy and tactics stuff, or creativity, or adaptation, and much more of the raw clicky clicks. Is there another interview happening? Nope. Oh wait, Mem has a draft. Why don't I get a draft? Am I not cool enough? I think I'm cool. Not really, but, you know, I can say that. I'm not hype enough, one of my many shortcomings. My mom says I'm cool, that's all that matters. Only Kawasan lovers are cool? Feels bad, man. Still waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm a hater? You are a hater. Again, I'm not too sure what we're waiting on. I mean, I guess Mem's AFK, but... Can we not get the drafts ourselves? All right, now we have the drafts. And well, we got all of it all at once, man. We got literally everything everywhere all at once. Yes, I have. One of my all-time favorites. All right, guys, here we are. Game number 1, the final set of the qualifiers here. It will be in the red as Dawei. Art, definitely the favorite for this series, to the east. And to the west in the blue as the Tatars. Oh, okay, that was a click. The Siscon. 4 builds going over to wood very early is perhaps indicative. What on earth is she doing, man? So yeah, basically we have the good Civ, the honorable Civ, the balanced Civ, and the way. The semi-open Kilimanjaro, exactly. It's not super open. You know, it's just a little bit open. Look how much wood you have here. It's like, what are you going to do with all that wood? Make a lot of log cabins, that's for sure. Tiger cab, yep. Yeah, so here's the thing, guys. Tatars certainly are a good civ on this map, right? It's open, they have lots of room to run around with their cavalry. There's a big old mountain in the middle, so you can utilize the Tatar high ground bonus. I still fear that they are just going to get overwhelmed by the eco and the cheapness of the Tatar, of the way. Yeah, with 4 bills on wood, it's definitely an early drush from Siscon. Meanwhile, Hart not really indicating anything that he is doing just yet. Luring in some stuff. And early militia here. A lot of flaming camels? I don't think so. Boom coming in, so Hart just gonna go up on 19 pop. Normal Arabia-esque stuff. Salam. Emriniz argument. Hera trash talked Hart. I mean, to be fair, nobody plays it up relative to Hera. Except Huang. Imrianis. Thank you, Majors Orhan, for the 17 months. Really appreciate it. What language do the Tatars speak in game, actually? Age of Empires wiki. I know it is a Turkic language for sure. It sounds similar to the Turk. Wait, Tatars Age of Empires 3? No, Age of Empires 2 Tatars. Like old Tatar? Tatarians speak Chagatai. Ah! Think Turkic literary language that was once widely used in Central Asia and is considered the ancestor of the Uyghur and Uzbek languages. It's related to the languages spoken by Turks and humans. However, in stark contrast to the line spoken by latter, where mainly words with Turkic roots are used, the Tatar dialogue contains a lot of loan words from Arabic and Persian. Interesting. Voice actors are either speakers of different modern Turkic languages or non-Turkic speakers at all, and because of that, the different actors pronounce the same words differently or even mispronounce them. LOL! I mean, yeah, there would be a lot of different languages used, though. Scouts out here, already getting a kill or two here from Hart. Men-at-Arm and DBA is coming on out, but it's not like the Tatar Men-at-Arm rush is really anything to write home about. Co-official language? Yes, but also, like, one, those aren't necessarily all of the Tatars that are represented. I mean, the in-game Tatars are basically the Central Asian Turks. So I think that using Chagatai as the language makes a lot of sense. Your hair is ready? Oh, that's nice to know. I bet your hair looks glorious today, Majros Orhan. Anyway, Heart's 2 villagers ahead. Siskon actually a villager worth of idle time. Z? No, I like hair more. No horse collar upgrade, though. I mean, the Men-at-Arms are being a bit annoying, but this feels like a very comfortable opening for Hart, and he will be getting a pretty big advantage going forward thanks to his extra farms. Or extra farms. Well, I mean, yeah, but extra villagers. Hair. Again, I understand that, but also I like hair more. How's the rest of it looking, guys? Yep. What kind of streamer would I be if I didn't troll my viewers a little bit? It seems pretty fair and justified. A good one? What kind of streamer doesn't actively alienate all their viewers? It's covered up by a cloud wig. Good point. Anyway, horse collar now coming in here for Hart. He's got his archers and skirmishers, and again, this is like as hamstery a game as possible. Very fast uptime. Just playing defensive. The good old hurry up and wait meta. Market coming in. But you are out of your goats finally. Got 15 to 11 on food, and again, 34 to 31 vills due to Siskon having all of that idle time. It's really not getting enough done, and it feels like Wei are such a better civ here than Tatars. And water drip, absolutely. Sysgon gonna try and sell a stone to get a good castle age time, and that certainly is at least a route to try and come back in the game. You are making archers, Heart's making skirmishers, so in theory that should be better for your uptime. Heart's only very slightly ahead in food and is spending a lot more of it. Now that does mean you need to not die to a counterattack, which can be a rather tricky thing. But maybe you can try and sneak around, although Heart is relatively well defended. Didn't go well from there. Wow. What a conversation. Where'd the archers go? Oh, they're still here. Well, Sysgon is going to get the faster uptime. This feels like every ladder game. Right? It's like, okay, the guy rushes to go for a men-at-arm rush, and then when that doesn't work, you just try and go for a like super fast castle edge crossbowman timing to try and immediately kill your opponent and win the game. And if that doesn't work, then you're dead. Anyway, Heart is going to click up pretty soon, but will obviously be slower. Ladder, not latter. Alright, clutching coming in. Castle Edge here for red. We're looking at, what, around a minute 10-second difference? Minute 15 seconds, maybe? We do have a stable coming in for Sysgon. Guess just to get a, well, something to kill all these skirmishers. The scouts, because Heart keeps on pulling back the scouts into the skirmishers, because Heart's microing well. Still, dipping in, gets the 1 kill there. Res Collected aren't too far ahead for Heart just yet, but right now he is looking at a 7-villager advantage. A lot of idle time here for the cisgendered Khan. Odkin coming in, can't quite afford the crossbowman upgrade just yet. Actually, guys, yesterday I had one of the most ladder games ever. Basically, my opponent was force-picked Mongols. The map was Golden Pit. But he force-picked Mongols. He went for a lame. He went for a men-at-arm rush with forward archery range into trying to kill me with a crossbowman timing with full walling himself at home. And then the forward siege workshop, and then when that didn't work, he resigned. I mean, I'd already won the game at that point. It wasn't like an early GG, but it's like, oh my goodness. All right, skirmisher upgrades into Xianbei Raiders. That's how we AoE 2, guys. That woodline is running out because remember, this is a semi-open map, so that's why your woodlines are running out at the 19-minute mark. More skirmisher upgrades coming in. Gale Barding armor for the knights and a mangonel is on its way, and of course Tatars, if you have the high ground here, can be very scary. Good micro here, honestly, from Sysgon. Also, why is there a white flag here? Have I not noticed this before? Isn't this a Chinese flag? I think so. Oh, is it French? I mean, I can't really tell. Choose flag? Ah, okay. Well, monastery coming in. We got 2 archery ranges producing the Xianbei Raiders. A very binary civ. It's like Wei are not a very interesting or well-designed civ. Genbei. Yep. And maybe Haeguang Cav. Bosaw coming in here for Siscon. I mean, he's not all in, right? This is just trying to get to Castle Age pressure. And good usage there of your high ground bonus. So Siscon's trying to make something happen here. Added archer armor coming in. And these archery ranges are going to start to get demolished. There's a Mangonel on the way, but it's going to be really tough to make that work versus Tataros with the high ground. So this is a good spot for Siscon. He needs to make sure he doesn't get wrecked by a counterattack, though. And he's not. But yeah, you're probably going to have to rebuild some archery ranges, and that's a very poor wood income right there for Hart. That said, Camel gonna kind of die right there. 29 bills on wood and 9 on gold. Perfect Shenbei Raider eco. Got Wheelbarrow coming in. Got plenty of skirmishers. The Shenbei Raiders are just missing Thumb Ring and Ballistics and are otherwise fully upgraded. And the second TC, that's a pretty sad second TC, honestly. Hart taking wood, right here. Clips a couple crossbowmen with the Mangonel. Well done there for Hart. Knights still just have +1 defense. Have 3 monks out, and there's the second TC attempted here, but this is the problem when you're going up against the faster army. I don't know why I said it like that. Loses 3 vills right there. Oh, and he loses a Mangonel on the other side. The multitasking getting to Siscon right now. And he's so far behind in resources. Flips a unit there, but now that the Mangonels are no longer with the high ground, then this push is going to be a lot harder to make work. The other way? Yeah, that's true. Sometimes I wonder why I do the things I do. Then I just determine that I'm weird. Anyway, more John Bays coming in. Isn't it weird that boring people aren't weird? Social construct, that's true. So I guess the people who aren't weird are successful and attractive people. Being boring. Name them all John Bay. I don't know, some very uncreative parents named them all of these raiders John Bay. Anyway, guys, Siscon's super dead. This push just took way too long to do anything, and the way eco is simply not something Tataros can deal with. Now, unfortunately, we literally didn't get the chance to look at the drafts before we got the game. I would have to imagine, though, that Tataros are probably the last or second to last Civ pick. And Wei were probably a high draft priority, if I had to guess. You look normal? I guess I just do a very poor job of hiding my weirdness. Maybe that's why I've had so many unsuccessful dates. Explosive Lens Slayer obsessed director? Probably. Bosaw coming in. Let your weirdness out? Yeah, that's true. I've had dates, that's true. That's why I don't try and hide what I do for a living. Like, it's gonna come out sooner or later. But yeah, I've had plenty of girls stop talking to me when I said that I do content creation stuff. Who'd do it for? That's true. OnlyFans? I mean, who isn't? Oh, thanks. Oh boy. Nice move here with the Xianbeis from Heart. Top players in the game. Exactly. It's just because this stream is so inclusive. The ladies feel very safe and comfortable around this stream and this chat. Which, to be fair, I definitely wouldn't put up with anything that's very misogynistic, and that probably happens in a lot of Twitch chats, so probably is something to that. No, it's not Ornlu fans, it's Ornly fans. That's where the feet pics go. Yeah, guys, there really is no realistic win condition here for Siscon, to be honest. He's just playing a worse Civ. Actually, we can now double check. Yeah, Tataros were the last pick. Wei were the third pick behind Chinese and Vikings. Both players picked Chinese. Do they have African clearing? They do not have African clearing, actually. The other maps, guys, are Mirkwood, Shorelines, Arena, and Border Dispute. Where are Chinese like the auto pick? I mean, Chinese are, you know, decent everywhere, but I mean, it's definitely not Arena. If anything, I would have expected Chinese here. Really hesitant to rate puppy saturation? How is that a bad name? I would like a very high concentration of puppies in my life. Alright, Castle coming here in the middle. Saturation? Ah. Buff Shanbei Raiders. Into sugar daddies? Hey, I'm into whoever gets me out of my parents' house, man. Well, those Shanbeis do get cleaned up, but now the Tiger Cav are coming out, and now you're with Skirmishers versus Tiger Cav. Send them your way? Will do, will do. Again, Heart, what's that, almost 4,000 resources ahead. I mean, to be fair, a lot of that is wood, but when you're making Shenbei Raiders, it's one of the most wood-intensive units you can go for. Diabetes, oh no. Then you need to get an insulin daddy. Anyway, Imp is going to be a here for our Wei player. This game is way over. A stevia daddy, there you go. I mean, isn't that like a joking thing that they say with the LA influencer crowd? Like, oh, I have a stevia daddy. I feel like that's probably just a joke. Oh yeah, I mean, again, this game has been over for a very long time. You absolutely do not have good enough units here to deal with this as Syscon. You much here anyway? No. I mean, I prefer small changes, like, more often than, like, these big sweeping changes a couple times a year. The issue is, like, what we're getting are small changes very rarely. Which is, like, the bad combo. But like I said, there seems to be some real issues the devs have when it comes to updating their own game, and I have no idea why. To the Chompies? Again, it's like so much all at once. Or whatever. Anyway, Syscon taps out, Heart takes game number 1. Very one-sided game. Heart just, it felt like had an enormous advantage the entire time. I mean, Feudal Age was fair, but Syscon couldn't really do anything with his faster Castle Age time, and now Heart's eco was significantly better. And thus, Heart wins the game. All right, let me get these drafts up for you. And there we go. And hopefully we'll get game number 2 in a moment. No idea what map it's going to be. Honestly, this second qualifier has been a bit disappointing compared to the first. We've had like a couple good series here and there, but it's felt much more cut and dry. Which is kind of the opposite, you would think. You think that like the super good players in the first qualifier would do very well and scooch their way through without too much issue, and then it's like the people right below it are much closer. Yeah. All right, I wonder what the Chinese are going to be picked for. I mean, again, Chinese are just generally a fantastic civ at, you know, the top level. So it's not like there's anything wrong with picking Chinese first for both, but I wonder if it's like both for the specific map or it's just like they're good in general. Because other than African clearing, it's not like Chinese are an auto-obvious pick on any given map type. Alrighty. And Border Dispute will be the second map. Alrighty, guys, here we are, game number 2. Syscon just looked outclassed in the first one, but he will be the blue Armenians to the west, already taken the Boers, and in the red to the east as the Vietnamese, it will be Heart. This version of Border Dispute has the Boers much easier to take for both players. So, like in the latter version, like all 4 Boers are like very close to the middle, and on this version, it's much easier to get them. That is a very early barracks here from Siscon. Probably going to be for some Men of the Spear. So clearly a prepared build here. Vietnamese, again, just a generally good civ on most maps. 4 vills on wood, though, so he could still be thinking about an early drush.
Có gì sai bảo?
And we will have to see. We shall see. Still, your lumber camp is going to be delayed. Oh, no, it is for militia. Okay. I was thinking if you're going up that fast, it might just be for some spearmen. But nope, it's for the milita. We'll have to see. Anyway, I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back. All right. Okay, so it was a drush from both players. Militia seemed to be enjoying thwacking a wall. They did get one villager, though. Well done there for Siscon. Oh, wait. Siscon also lost a vill. Ah, here we are. Tutelage is on the way here for Heart. Uh-oh. I mean, it is 3-2 militia. The scouts here, it is low HP, though. If anything, shouldn't you move the mule cart over here so that the villagers can drop off the rabbits even closer?
Dạ bẩm, có thảo dân.
Uptime now coming in here for Siscon. He is basically a vill behind, but also has more idle TC time, and also Heart is ahead. In the... Yeah, faster uptime. Or res collected. All that good stuff. Oh, Shorty got low. Not the rabbits! Most of the vills still have their HP. 2 more high HP vills coming in. We got a mill here near the shorefish just to get a little bit more consistent food eco. And more swordsmen are queued up here for our Armenians player. Heart's just chilling at 4 right now. I mean, it's still worth it to get the Men-at-Arms upgrade, but I don't know if he's going to make any more. He's definitely going to want an archery range immediately with the Vietnamese. Going after the mule cart there. And there's Tutelage. 6 militia guys, soon to be Men-at-Arms. And you can go long swordsmen as the Armenians. The issue, I think, is going to be coming from the archers. It's a very quick switch into the archers, which I think is just a good move from Hart, anticipating the heavy infantry play from Armenians. And you can see archer number 1 is coming on out, and you do not have anywhere near the resources you'd need to get longswordsman. And that's a defensive watchtower. But heavy, heavy investment here from Siscon, and Hart is once again just out-macroing his opponent. Still significantly less idle time, getting those archers in. He's cruising. He's already on 6 farms, holy cow. Now, double bit-axe is in for both. And Arm's just going to go after that house, I guess. Archery range coming in here from Siscon, but everything he's doing is so much slower than his opponent, and these men-at-arms are an enormous investment for basically no value. Only 3 vills on food versus 11 at the moment. Men-at-arms not going after the range, but the first archer coming out should help with that. Horse collar even coming in here for Hart, so once again, able to utilize that Vietnamese bonus. There are no spearmen here, so the scout cavalry will still deal with these units pretty well since fletching is not in. And there is the blacksmith, so fletching will be here in just a moment. But once again, the issue is that Siscon is in such a rough spot with his own food economy. He can't afford to get a blacksmith because he needs to spend the wood on farms. And even if he had a blacksmith, he would barely be able to get the food anyway. Alright. Collar before a stable. Anyway, I might need to go, guys. If you missed it earlier, my dad's getting surgery today, and it seems like they said the transport will be here in an hour, is what my mom said. But I don't know if that means that she wants me to come now or when the transport comes. So we'll see. We will see. For what? They need to take out 2 abscesses on his spine. A laminectomy. There we go. And they're also going to give him an epidural, which is basically a shot in his spine. Well, not really anything too exciting happening, guys. Hart's just taking slightly better trades, is getting ahead in resources. Lots of skirmishers, lots of archers. Wheelbarrow also in. Always love to see when players, with Vietnamese players doing that. No reason not to get it before you're even thinking about Castle Age. You're going to hit Castle Age with a much stronger food income. So you're 2 bills ahead plus Wheelbarrow at this point. And you also have Horse Collar, which is just so gigantic. That's essentially the 3rd range coming in. Don't know why those bills aren't dying. Eco balance also better here. Or not, no. Eco balance isn't great for either, but the market's coming in, and with the power of the market, all things are possible. Almost there. No market coming in yet for Syscon. Is this the hamsteriest AoE 2 series so far imaginable? This is pretty darn hamstery. High ground there. Good micro there. Oh, thank. Basically, they're like removing, not like removing his spine. What are they doing exactly with his spine? Okay, it does remove part of the spine. Okay, so it basically protects the spinal cord and you remove part of that. Okay, that's probably the stuff that's been infected. Oh, we've already hit our max out of pocket for the year, so insurance is covering it all. Elite Skirm and Bodkin are on the way. Gonna send a few vills over to Stone here so you can add extra TCs as needed. Now you're playing Vietnamese skirmishers versus Armenian skirmishers with an advantage. Huh? 1k res difference? I mean, it literally came back to the start of the game when Hart was more efficient with his early eco and idled his opponent's eco more with his men-at-arms than Syscon did, and Syscon invested into, like, what, 3 more men-at-arms or something like that? Does it fire? It can hop into towers, but it can't fire. Man, is Andy Benanji really going to be the closest series of the day? Oh, no. The issue is I'm just not a very violent person in general. Oh, boy. 11% more efficient in eco. I mean, almost all of the fighting was happening at Syscon's base, and you can just see that it was that early eco, early feudal age inefficiency. Doing a number. Not violent. I know, it's very surprising. I look like such a violent person. Oh, boy. Well, maybe we can at least get Arena, right? At least we could get a clown game out of it. That would be fun. Violent? Yeah, I guess, but not me. I look like a bulldog. Boring. Oh, with everything on the line. You know, it's gonna be the most fun thing to watch. A Chinese mirror matchup here on Mirkwood. Oh boy. Well, they are here now. You might want to come and meet us in pre-op. Alright. Nomad with extra steps? It's absolutely Nomad with extra steps. Anyway, I need to leave, unfortunately. So we also have Daniela casting, so I'll go ahead and host her. So we'll have hopefully you guys get a sip epic series. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Not sure exactly what's going to be going on during the week, but you know, I'll be around. Thanks, guys.